Number 5. A Facebook post. First, we have a person named Andrew. Now, Andrew really doesn't like Tesco. Ever since he slipped on a water puddle there when he was 6, he has always wanted to avenge himself by attacking Tesco. So one day, he took a good old knife and planned to go rob his local Tesco. Now, Andrew thought it would be a waste to rob Tesco if he didn't get some likes on Facebook for it, so he decided to make a post that showed him with his knife and his plans to rob Tesco. Gotta impress the Facebook moms if you know what I mean. After all, it was the day before Valentine's Day. True to his words, Andrew stole around $450 from Tesco and ran for it. Somehow, the police were already prepared and were quickly able to catch and arrest Andrew. He was jailed for 4 years, which is quite a while. Now, I wouldn't say that the Facebook post had something to do with Andrew getting caught so quickly, but the Facebook post totally had something to do with Andrew getting caught so quickly. But hey, at least he wasn't caught because he slipped on a puddle. Number 4. Illegal Spaghettios. Although what Andrew did was pretty bad, not all of these criminals were jailed for doing bad things. Sometimes the cop is the silly one. One day, a girl named Ashley was minding her own business, driving in her car when the cops pulled her over because, guess they were bored. While checking her car, the police found a spoon with a mysterious substance on it and were very suspicious of it. Ashley told them she had been eating Spaghettios, which is a very reasonable explanation considering how red the spoon was, but the police decided, nah, it's probably illegal. They did a field test on the spoon, and the results showed that there was in fact an illegal thing on it that I won't try to pronounce. They proceeded to jail her for a whole 2 months while they investigated the spoon. And after this thorough investigation, they found that the spoon had nothing on it. She was jailed for no reason. If I was her, I'd go straight to a lawyer to sue those police guys. But the field test coming out positive does make me wonder, was the field test bad, or is there something up with those Spaghettios? Number 3. Needed some cash? The next person going to jail is actually 91% of the people watching this video. Luckily for you, you can get out by clicking that. I'm sorry about that. That just doesn't feel right. I mean, you can if you want to, but I think we should just move on. Number 3. Needed some cash. For our next person, we have a fellow named Mohammed. This fellow was in a certain undesirable group and was suspected of organizing an attack on a bunch of troops from both America and Afghanistan. The police decided that they didn't want their troops to be attacked and put up a bounty that would give a generous $100 to whoever could capture Mohammed and turn him in. Now, Mohammed himself happened to come across this bounty and must have been on minimum wage because he went straight to a police checkpoint and turned himself in, hoping for that sweet, sweet $100. Unfortunately for Mohammed, he was just given a one-way ticket to jail instead of the money he had hoped for. Press F to pay respects for Mohammed's lost $100. But he was going to attack a bunch of people, so maybe he had it coming. Number 2. It was just a prank, bro. Next, we have a guy named Gary. No, not that Gary. This Gary. Actually, maybe we should just go with the first Gary. That guy's pretty cool. Let me flip a coin. Heads for Gary, tails for Gary. Alright, looks like it's Gary. Awesome. After accepting a dare from his friend, he decided that he was going to rob a gambling place with the lethal weapon known as a cucumber. After putting this cucumber in a black sock for some reason, Gary felt like he was ready to give this robbery a go. Here's basically how it went. Give me your money. No. Please? No. By the way, why do you look so detailed? Yes. What? By the way, I called the police. He's right behind me, isn't he? Needless to say, it didn't go as planned. Gary tried to tell the officer that it was a joke, but the officer had no sense of humor, and Gary ended up with a hefty sentence of 3 years in jail, which is a massive L for doing it there. This is why you don't play with your food.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Number 1. Wear your seatbelt. For our final person, we have someone who committed the most horrible, disgusting, despicable act you could imagine, which is obviously not wearing your seatbelt. A mom of 2 named Gail was driving in her car when a police guy noticed that neither she nor her children were wearing seatbelts and promptly pulled them over. Normally, a seatbelt non-wearer would only get a warning or maybe a ticket, but this police guy must have been the odd ones out because they took Gail right to jail. Luckily, she only had to stay for about an hour before paying the maximum fine for the crime, which was $50. But can you imagine being her? She must have been sweating in that cell, thinking that she might go to actual prison because she didn't wear her seatbelt that one time. But hey, she probably wears her seatbelt every time she's in a car now. Moral of the story, don't be stupid. Here's my newest video if I've made one yet, and please click one or more of those fun buttons below so the algorithm likes me. Have a happy day.